It's one after the 1 o'clock hour. I am Glam Life Kim, and right now with me is one of my favoriteest people in the Twin Cities, Mr. Anthony Taylor. How are you today, bro?
I am good, sis. One of my favorites in the Twin Cities. Matter of fact, the Midwest, the country.
Okay, come on now.
You know, the world, the universe.
Right, bestie.
I don't know if I go no further than the universe,
Right,
but that's a lot. That's a lot. To the moon and back. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you. This is our first show in
2024.
the new year.
Yeah. I think we wrapped it up and we was having a good time. We did a recap about what's going on.
We did. What year is this now? Year 5?
This is year 5.
Year
5. Yeah.
The time is flying.
It is flying. You know, I apologize. I don't have any 5-year anniversary present to give you.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I didn't even think about that.
But I'm gonna give you a hug. You know what I'm saying?
There it is. Period.
Yeah, you
That's
know.
the best present you could get.
And it's free.
It's free. It's cost effective.
It's cost effective and it means something. So
it does.
You really can't say a whole lot about that. So.
Man.
Happy New Year to you.
Thank you.
I'm so excited about 2024.
Oh, me too.
This year.
Yes.
You know, just the beautiful blessings that I think are coming this community's way, our way.
I agree with that. The community is about to be so blessed. I know it may be hard right now, y'all, but don't give up.
Don't give up. Yeah. And don't let this snow fool you.
Man, it's that S word, isn't it?
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah. And it ain't the summer S word. It's the snow.
And look, I had a big coat on today.
Did you? Yeah.
Big coat on with the fur hood.
And it's going to get tight on us too. So
I heard this weekend, or is it, like Sunday
this weekend, it's gonna
early next week it's going to be
gonna be a little
brutal.
tight though, yeah. But we'll get through it. I mean, we Midwesterners, you know what I'm saying? So we'll make it happen.
We do. You know what? Before we get off into the show, I just want to say, because I know people are going to be tuning in, if you got to listen through the whole show, and at the end, I got some tickets, y'all. KMOJ and BMN Entertainment would like to give away a pair of tickets to We Them Ones comedy tour, starring Mike Epps, DC Youngfly, Chico Bean, Lil Duval, and Mojo Brooks. That's Friday, February 2nd at the Armory. So listen through this show, pay some good attention. If you have some questions, feel free to ask
That's
them.
right.
We should have been going live. You know what? This year, that's what we should do.
We should go live. Absolutely.
That way people can comment.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we can reply right then and
100%. See?
Let's plan
You
that
already got
year.
that 2024
vision. Come on.
Hey, y'all, and I appreciate y'all listening to the show because I know everybody waiting to get them tickets, right? So bear with me because ultimately, y'all, this is going to be some real information. It's probably going to benefit you, y'all.
It will.
Yeah, tune in and check it. I always got to say thank you, Minneapolis. It's my blessing. My name is Anthony Taylor. I'm the host of Minneapolis 360, always riding shotgun with Glam Life Kim. First show of the new year.
Hey.
Always my blessing to be here. It's such a good feeling to get in the studio, get on the radio, hopefully help people. I want to be maybe the last person to wish the city of Minneapolis a happy new year, prosperous new year, and all your blessings come to you, and maybe just one real quick thing, just make sure we hug our babies and take care of our people, and understand that the way we reflect positiveness goes out to everyone. So listen, I'm not gonna waste y'all time, y'all, because I think this is one of my favorite kind of programs of the year. All the time I love to give information out so people can activate, but when I have an opportunity to tell Minneapolis about jobs, I think it's one of my favorite things to do because one thing, it helps people be informed, and two, you can make a lot of different career changes. You can pass this information out to people who are looking for great city jobs, and I think it's so beneficial. And so if you are in a position where you're looking for employment, and if you're in a position that you can pass this information out, it's really a beautiful thing. And I got a person on here who I admire and respect so much. She's going to come over here and talk about Minneapolis Public Works jobs. I want to give it up for Monique Fish. Monique, welcome back to the show. It's almost like maybe 5 times. I think you got the record now, sis. What's going on?
Hey, thank you so much. Happy New Year to you both and all the listeners. Thanks for having me on your first show of the year.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
It is.
And also want to welcome to my boy Farrell Thomas, man, a public works employee that's joining us today too, brother. Welcome to Minneapolis 360. How you feeling?
I'm doing good. How are you today?
Good, brother. Hey, Monique.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Happy
Year
New
to you,
Year.
brother. Monique, I'm gonna shoot it straight to you because I love the fact that when you come on this show and talk about public works jobs. But before we get into it, kind of tell people in the city exactly what you do for public works.
Absolutely. So, again, my name is Monique Fish, and I'm the workforce coordinator for the city. And I do a lot of things, but my favorite thing, since that's the word of the show today, favorite things, is connecting community to careers in public works. So I help people find those avenues to pivot and start a new career or continue with professional development opportunities.
And Brother Farrell, tell us about you, brother.
Hi, I'm a paving foreman. I've been with the city 9 years, and I love working for the city. It's a great place to work.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm gonna give you a chance to, speak your truth when we get to this interview. But Monique, talk about public works. I think a lot of people don't necessarily understand the depth of public works, but just kind of tell folks, what about the opportunities that you have for public works?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Public Works Department is the largest department in the city. We have about 1,000 employees in 9 divisions doing everything from those S words that you guys talked about during summer and snow season.
Hey, you can say it. You can say it, Monique.
The community to make sure that we can communicate and commute down our streets throughout the city of Minneapolis. So we have a lot of different roles taking care of our drinking water, streets, paving, garbage, traffic signs, signals, surface water, all of that. So we have a bunch of opportunities that Farrell and I will tell you all about that is open for application right now.
Yeah, talking to Monique Fish, talking about public works job, one of my favorite topics of the year. Every year, I think people get on and get the information and they start to fill out these applications. So let's get to it, Monique. What's happening? What are the jobs? Talk to Minneapolis. What's available?
They want to know.
They want to know.
We do too.
Yes, let's get into it. So our annual recruitment is open right now. We have several positions open for application through January 14th, and we have lots of opportunities. And the reason for this is because we have a lot of retirements happening and a lot of promotions. So it's a great time to get your foot in the door and start a career with us at Public Works. We're really excited about our campaign for this year, too, which is, live where you work and play. A lot of us have a deep love for the city of Minneapolis, and that's why we do what we do, right?
Right.
So we're reaching out to our communities to let them know how they can work right here in their own city and take care of Minneapolis and then go home and enjoy it afterwards.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you say that.
Go ahead.
And I'm glad you said it. And I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's just so important to work where you live, right? Because you can also, take care of your family and take care of your community at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we know what we need better than anybody else, right?
That's the truth. That's the truth. So you got a lot of jobs, and you talk about a lot of people are retiring. We talked about solid waste and recycling, traffic and parking, fleet services, multiple positions are open and applications are open now. But before we kind of get into that process, talk about the experience, right, that you need to look for doing a public works job. I think a lot of time when people hear the city of Minneapolis and public works, that there's some super, complicated requirements and qualifications that you need. Tell people just what kind of experience do you need to get one of these beautiful jobs?
Yes, that's a really good question. So we are looking for people who are 18 years or older and have a valid driver's license and are willing to work in all weather conditions. So Public Works is looking for people at all levels, whether you're just getting started or transferring to a new career. If you are highly skilled or you need paid on the job training, we have opportunities at all levels. So 18 years of age, valid driver's license, willing to work in all weather conditions, you should apply for these positions. So it's a great place to work like we talked about, and we could really provide opportunities for people who are willing to earn their commercial driver's license in our CDL program with our public works service worker trainee program, and opportunities for people if you have a lot of experience under your belt. Maybe you've already done construction or material handling and come in with a commercial driver's license. There's tasks for everyone.
And one of the biggest things that I love about that is that you just want to, if you want to work, you can get a job at the city, right? Obviously, you got to be 18. You have to have a valid driver's license. But you talk about just really the importance of being in your community and wanting to work. Like Kim and I always joke about the weather, but some people love working outside in the cold, you know, and we see it all the time, and I admire them.
Yeah, shout out to the commercial drivers that's rolling up West Broadway today.
Absolutely. Right. We're looking at them right now.
You,
salute. Absolutely salute. And then, Monique, we're talking about the jobs, like break it down, right? So I know there's public worker service trainees and other service worker ones and stuff like that. Kind of give people the breakdown of what's available right now.
All right, here we go. So this is a good long list. And what that means is there's a lot of roles. I'm looking to hire 50 people for this next session.
50.
So
wow.
The first role is a public works service worker trainee. That's a 12-month paid on-the-job trainee program. That means you are a City of Minneapolis employee, and we're going to help you get all the skills and experience to be successful in a career. You know, they would perform maintenance activities, learn how to drive and operate equipment, and support the City of Minneapolis with all the things that Public Works does. So in that role, we will support you in obtaining your commercial driver's license. You get to learn how to plow snow and how to operate equipment safely. Another option that we have is our Public Works Service Worker 1. These are construction type jobs for the city where you do driving and manual labor tasks, and that is for people who have 1 year of experience and a commercial driver's license. We also have water distribution operator positions. We have a trainee program that's very similar to the other one that I mentioned, with paid on-the-job training focused on water infrastructure. Or if you have experience with water main pipes or water infrastructure, you can come in as a water distribution operator directly. And this season, we also have automotive mechanic positions available as well. So if you are an experienced mechanic looking for a new opportunity, working on a variety of vehicles, we have those kind of jobs for you as well. So all of these positions are open for application right now through January 14th.
That's a beautiful thing. And,
wow.
and so the automotive mechanic, that's new this year, correct?
Yeah, so we have this position open a lot of times, but it doesn't get the pub that it needs.
Right.
So we added it to our campaign so we can make sure our community members know about it.
Yeah, 100%, because there's a lot of people who are so dope on working on cars, right? So, like, you can be able to, you know, get a city job and work on cars. And if that's a passion, like, that's a beautiful thing. I know 3 or 4 people right now that is in the
right.
They doing it right now, fixing brakes and everything else. So that's a beautiful thing to add and to promote, Monique. And just real quick, we had joked about the snow, but you know, some of these jobs are outdoors, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to throw it over to my brother, Mr. Thomas here. He does this work and has for many years, but these are jobs in Public Works that work in all weather conditions. So if it's sunny or it's snowing, Public Works is out there taking care of our communities. So you have to be able to be willing to work in those weather conditions.
Brother Farrell, let's go, man. It's your turn on the mic. And Monique, I'll come back to you for a few more questions, but I love bringing our brother in. So, Brother Thomas, like, tell us what's going on with you. You got one of these jobs. Tell us about a typical work day, that you do for the city.
Okay, a typical work day for me starts off at 6:30 in the morning. During the spring and summertime, from April until the day before Thanksgiving, I run a crew of 12. I have 4 operators and 8 laborers. And what we do is typically we're throughout the whole entire city, and we do a lot of excavation, concrete excavation, and removing a lot of sidewalk panels. And what we do is we also do milling and overlay. and we're removing asphalt so we can get the streets looking nice for you guys over in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
That's what we do throughout the day. And during the winter times, we snowplow over alleys. And so to make sure that you guys don't get stuck in your alleys, so I'm the one. So if you get stuck, I'm the one that's probably responsible for that. So my job is to make sure you guys don't get stuck in the alleys.
Mm-hmm.
So we plow alleys, put salt down, anything to keep you guys going throughout your daily life in the city.
Yeah, I think that's so important. I think 2 winters ago, Kim, I mean, it seemed like it snowed everywhere, and the snow stayed forever, right?
It was bad.
It was real bad.
But that's not going to happen this year. We speaking that into it.
Yeah, none of that.
Well, I mean, I guess the drivers, though, yeah.
Yeah, and they're going to be out there getting it when it happens, right?
Right.
So
you need the snow.
So brother, like how did you hear about these public works jobs? How did you apply? Like, just break us down into like your thought process, right? When you first heard it, and take us to where you got to now.
Sure. When I heard about the job, I heard it through a lady I was going to church with, and she told me about it. And then when most people hear the job in the city, they hear it intimidating.
Exactly.
They're like, oh, they're not going to hire no brother. Then people think about that background. But the thing I like about the city is very diverse. They hire people that look like me, you, and I. And so I heard about the city. I applied. And the reason why I wanted to come here because I was looking for some type of stability that could take care of me and myself and my family at the time. And I've been here 9 years, and it wasn't a long process. But once I got my foot in the door, there's so many opportunities for you to move up the ladder. I started off as a laborer. I did an apprenticeship and training program. I ended up getting my CDLs. I got my Class A CDLs, and it gives you so many opportunities to work and to move up the ladder in the city. But once you apply, it doesn't take long to get in. But I highly recommend to tell people, especially our young people, get out and apply. Mm-hmm. Don't be intimidated because it's like, oh, it's a city job. Like, no, it's not like that anymore. Please apply.
Yeah. You don't have to have, well, I mean, for some of the positions, they're training.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys tell a friend about all these great positions that are.
Absolutely, Kim. And I'll bring Monique back to answer a couple more questions that go along that thought you had. Brother, just talk about, like, when you say you love the diversity, right? You love the diversity on maybe on your crew or your city. Like, just tell people, like, the beauty of learning from different people, and these are people that's living in your communities. So just talk about some of the blessings and some of the stuff that you've got working on with your crew and just working in the city, man. Talk about some of the things you've witnessed, right?
Oh, absolutely. I remember before the riots, George Floyd riots, the community, people weren't coming together, and people were. It was kind of all over the place. But since I've been working with the city, when I say look at diversity now, I see people that look like you and I, different from different cultures, different backgrounds. And I get to, me and my crew, we get to meet different people every single day. We're throughout the city. And one of the things I press hard on my people about is when we're working every day, act like it's even though you might not live in Minneapolis, act like this is your neighborhood where you live at. If you live in Maple Grove, if you live in Woodbury, treat this same neighborhood just like it's your street. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I tell. Because treat it like it's your home. And so I pressed hard about that because I want our city to look nice. Also, you meet people from different backgrounds, Asian, Hispanic, all different type of backgrounds. You meet people with language barriers, and you just have the chance to meet different people every day and see where they're coming from and where their stance is with a lot of things.
Yeah, and you got 9 years in the game, so you witnessed it all, and that's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to ask you that question because, one of the beauties about living in the city of Minneapolis is the diversity of the people,
right. It's a melting pot.
It's a melting pot, absolutely. So I'm glad you brought that perspective, and as we transition to Monique, just talk a little bit about, the paid training and then talk about like some deadlines for folks who want to start applying for these positions.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have 2 paid on-the-job training programs that are 12 to 18 months long. And again, these are full City of Minneapolis employees. So you would be hired on with us, and then we would pay you every 2 weeks, just like the 2 of us, with full benefit options. And so these provide training, resources, and equipment to get all the Public Works Service Worker 1 and Water Distribution Operator requirements out of the way. So anyone who is interested in these opportunities should apply now. So between now and Friday, if you have any questions, we can help you with those. If you wait until the weekend and apply on Saturday or Sunday, that's fine, but you can't ask us any questions.
Right.
So we are encouraging people to take a look at those applications. Right now, just in case you have any questions, and I always encourage people to apply for any and all positions that you think you might be interested in. One of the beauties of Public Works is that you can get your foot in the door and continue to grow. Farrell talked about the different positions that he's held because there's professional development opportunities. You can continue to grow and flourish in your career. So look at our website right now and apply by January 14th. Make sure that you're applying. When you're on there, you're complete and use all of the experience that you might have had that link to the jobs and the postings, and just don't disqualify yourself for any of these great career opportunities.
Yeah, thank you for that. In Minneapolis, January 14th is Sunday, right? It's Sunday, Minneapolis. So you got about 3 or 4 days to get that in, right? So please be able to do that in Minneapolis. And
start today. So if you got some questions tomorrow and Friday, you can call the city and ask.
And they'll get those questions answered. And where do they go to apply, Monique?
Yes, you can apply online at minneapolismn.gov/jobs. As we just mentioned, start that application process early, and that way if you have any questions, you could ask. You could also call 311. They know about our positions and can help you through that process. And then share this information with the community as well, your friends, family, neighbors, anybody you know looking for a new opportunity. We can start off the year right with a new position with Minneapolis Public Works.
Talking with Monique Fish, talking about Public Works jobs. If you want to call up here quick, 612-377-3456 to answer a question, feel free.
Our lines are tied up.
They tied up. That's right, because we got a bunch of people on. Next
one, we'll have them on. But if you want to call after, we can definitely answer what we can and get you the information again. Go ahead, Monique. Give them that website. And, of course, when in doubt, what we say, 311 in doubt.
311.
That's right. That's that quick answer. But again, that website to apply is at minneapolismn.gov/jobs. If you're Googling, click in Minneapolis jobs and we'll pop up. All of the City of Minneapolis job postings are in one spot and it's easy to find. There's information also available on our Public Works page. So if you want some more information on the jobs, you can check that out. And we also like to just put another piece out there that the Minneapolis is a felony-friendly employer. I like to tell people we disqualify ourselves many times before an employer gets the chance to. So if you have a past, don't disqualify yourself. We will take every application on a case-by-case basis, and most times it has nothing to do with the work that you would be doing, so it won't interfere with your application. I tell people my simple rule of thumb is if you have an embezzlement case, I probably won't hire you to do my books, but it won't have anything to do with this construction job.
Yeah,
right.
Monique dropping bars. That's real.
And that is real. That is real. But
real.
You still can get a job.
You still can get a job.
And it's paid training.
Absolutely.
So you don't have to worry about coming with any experience for some of them. And if you have experience, then go ahead and apply.
100%. And Monique, like we put people like on game, right? So we got the deadline, we got the application process, people know the website, we know all of that. And I think when you get people's like expectation up and excitement up, which should be happening now in the Twin Cities, people want to know like next steps, right? So what's the next steps? I've got my application in before the 14th. Break down the process after that.
Yes, so that's a really great question. So our application process is a little lengthy in my opinion. So we like to give everybody the full scope of what's going down. So applications now through January 14th, that's Sunday as we mentioned, so get on that right away. After that, you will be invited to our physical agility test. That is happening the week of February 12th. And you will get an invitation to the email that's on file that you put in your application inviting you to take that physical agility test. That's like a warehouse obstacle course where we show you some of the physical aspects and make sure that you think it's a good fit for you and we think you're a good fit for us. After you successfully complete that portion, then we will be doing interviews and making selections from there. If and when you are selected, right, we're putting out all the good vibes in the universe. We will start our pre-employment checks, which is a background check, a drug and alcohol screening, a medical exam, and then we are having our first large group of hopefully 50 plus people to join us at the city on March 25th.
And I'm glad you say that. And as we up against the clock, I've got just a couple more questions, Monique. And just briefly, and I always joke with you when you say that about the physical agility test. Like I'm looking at an Anytime Fitness, like right across the street from the studio. If I'm applying for this job, do I need to hit this treadmill like real quick? Like what
kind of condition we need to be in?
What are we talking about, Monique?
Right. It is a short session that will last between 30 and 40 minutes. It's like 5 or 6 stations, and it is example of some of the work. So you might be shoveling or climbing up a scaffold or using a wheelbarrow. It's nothing that you need to practice for. Okay. And all of the information of video of that is actually on YouTube and our website. So we're not hiding anything for you. Google it. Or look on our Public Works website. You can see exactly what all of the steps are. You don't need to be worried. Everybody could pass it if they want to.
Wonderful. Okay. We don't have to do 100 sit-ups, push-ups.
Yeah, because that them Christmas leftovers. I'm still tackling them Christmas leftovers. them New Year's leftovers. So just want to be clear to folks, Monique, so they know. And that YouTube video will give people a beautiful idea on how to do it. I'm going to end with this, Monique, and I know that there's a lot of listeners that, there's a lot more information that folks want to know. So what have we left out about the application process? Is there a way that you can accept paper applications? Like end us with some information that folks should really know.
Yes, absolutely. So the most important pieces are our applications are open now through January 14th, and it is only online. We do not accept any paper copies at the city of Minneapolis. Start that process as soon as possible. That way, if you have any questions, we can help you. Read through that posting first and then add all of your relevant experience and training to your application. If you upload a resume, that's fine, but don't say "see resume." Put all the things on there. And remember that the applications at the city of Minneapolis are reviewed by real live people. So make sure your entries are clear and industry jargon or verbiage is really spelled out so we know what you're talking about.
Yeah, beautiful. And I'm glad you mentioned that because usually we get a chance to talk about maybe some of the key tips that we want to make sure that we get on our application so we don't disqualify ourselves from the jump.
Right.
And I'm glad you were able to say that. So
now I'm going to ask the last question that all the listeners are wondering right now. You didn't mention anything about pay.
Okay.
So can they find on that post? Is there anything about the pay on the post?
Beautiful question. That's right.
Yes, very good question. So all 5 of these positions that we talked about today have different pay scales.
Okay.
And all of those are available at the city of Minneapolis at minneapolismn.gov/jobs. And all of these are also union positions. So we know that they provide a different level of security. The city still has pensions. We have good medical benefits. So check out all that information and the pay scales for all of those jobs online.
Yeah, see, Monique and Farrell, and city of Minneapolis, you know how Kim get down. She always got money on her mind. mind. So, she always about making
the
it.
right concept.
Yeah, you can tell to give her a glimpse of her mindset,
That's why we get into it.
yeah,
right?
which makes it the beauty of her soul, man. She's a go-getter. I love it. Like, what's up with this money, man?
I'm not going to beat around the bush. How much y'all making?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Period.
Yeah, and we gonna end on the money note. So listen,
Right.
man. I Monique and Brother Farrell, I appreciate y'all coming on, man. Y'all welcome back
Great
anytime.
show.
Monique, anytime you want to come
it.
back, man. Sister, you always welcome. So I appreciate both of y'all coming on today.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys so much.
Oh, thank you so much, and thank you guys both.
Oh, yes. You guys
Thank
have
you.
a wonderful day.
Yeah,
You as well.